Come on in, come on in. Throw a one in the chat if you can hear me. Throw a one in the chat if you can hear me, because I'm on my break right now. I'm on my break. Peace, power, and protection. Can you all hear me? Good day. Grand Rising. Hey, reflections. You know, I'm feeling much better. You understand? I done been going through a crazy ascension since like the last week in May. I'm finally feeling like fabulous now. Greetings, greetings, boy. The metamorphosis done began for some of us. I hope you all are staying dangerous, man. I feel so good. I got so much energy now. I'm trying to tell you what. Boy, this ascension done been something, ain't it, y'all? Hi. How have you all been doing? How's your ascension been doing? I hope if you were in those target zones that you didn't go out there and get exposed to all of those toxins that they were spraying on y'all. And I hope that if you did, you immediately went and you detoxed and that you're detoxing, because you don't want any of that they were putting into the air to incorporate into your cells, which are trying to become immortal. Remember, I told you to stay in. You didn't have to watch that eclipse. The real eclipse was in your cells. I was in meditating. That's why I feel good right now. You know what happened last night? Last night, yo, I got my telescopic vision fully came online, yo. Who else night vision starting to come online? Let's talk about it. It was crazy, yo. Like, yo, me and my daughter, right? Because yesterday we went out, but we went out late. We made sure we went out after 6:30. We went out. That's the start of the next cycle of your cells. It's a 6:30 to 7 o'clock. The next cycle of your cells. You got to get on your cell cycle and remove yourself from their shifts. See, when they put you on a shift of their time, you shift your cells and you throw yourself out of rhythm. So the natural rhythm of our cells is in between 6:30 and 7. That's when your cells restart. So that's why 6:30 or 7 p.m. their time, because they use time to map the cycles of our cells. That's why they got the 60 seconds and damn the 60 minutes and an hour and all of that stuff. I ain't gonna get too deep, because see, when you start typing your records of Akash, anything you want to talk about, you could just descend into it. You see how I just descended into that? And I was getting ready to break down like the seconds and the minutes and the cell cycles and all of that type of stuff. Y'all don't want to hear about that shit, do you? Look, listen, if you ascending right now and you tapped into them records of Akash, remember I told you to be meditating, taking in that energy and stuff. Remember I said that it was going to cause your neurons to fire faster. You got something in your brain called neuromelanin. It's in your dorsal root ganglia and all back there in the back of your brain, your hind brain, and your reticular activation complex. But you also have a form of melanin that coats like your neurons and things like that, and it causes them to fire faster. And then it unites the hemispheres, which is your Gemini. It unites both hemispheres of your brain too, both pillars, both sides of yourself. And then you can use all of your brain. And then there's nothing once your pineal has the right circulation that you don't know. If you're truly a cosmic being, you could just talk about anything, just anything. You're like a supercomputer right now. You just know it all. People think you're showing off, but you're really not. You just in tune to the great mother The great mother is the knower of all information. That's kind of why they told you not to read books from man, because that's just an interpretation. But you got to ask yourself the question, who was telling them to interpret it? But anyway, I got distracted for a long bit. Back to what I was talking about. So me and my daughter was out, right? We was shopping last night because we done turned kind of nocturnal. Like I'm kind of nocturnal. Are y'all turning like kind of nocturnal? Like the action be at night, not in the day. But anyway, so we was in the store getting like some stuff for juicing. And when we came out, it was dark. It was like about 7:30, 8 o'clock. And yesterday it just seemed like time was going so fucking fast, like so fast. It was like I looked at the clock, it was 10. I looked back at the clock, it was 1:30. I looked back at the clock, it was 6. Then I looked back at the clock, it was like 9. But I kept on seeing like the angle numbers like everywhere on signs, like 333 and 111 and 555. Those kept on repeating. But anyway, when we came out, the street lights be on, y'all. And it was like for the first time ever, those lights was so fucking bright. Like, my eyes couldn't adjust. But like when I was looking at the light, like me and my daughter both, like you could see all of the rings of color and light, and it looked like a rainbow or something. Like you could see every spectrum in it. And so it was like me and my daughter was in a parking lot, because it was like it's a hue of vision that you did not have before. But actually, it's like being in the light makes it less, because the light is too bright. It's like when the lights is down, you can see perfect, like perfect. At night, it's weird. It's some type of new type of vision or whatever. Because even when we was driving, like in the dark, it was extra crisp. And my daughter was like, yo, mom, what's going on with us? I'm like, yo, just ride the ride, bro. I don't know what the fuck happening to us, bro. But it's bloodline, y'all. I'm for real, because it's happening to my kids in other places, and some people that aren't my kids that I just know in my spiritual telegram group in other places. Because it's real bloodline. It's real cosmic bloodline, though. Because there's no such thing as family. I already gotten to that. I ain't gonna go back down there. But it's real bloodline right now. So, you got some people right now that's gonna be focused on their cycles, news cycle, all of that type of stuff. I post that every now and then to help y'all keep up with nature and keep up with what they doing. But it don't matter now, because it's over now. It really is. Our cells, the metamorphosis. That's why I got these butterflies all over me and stuff. We done risen. This is over. You getting ready to see it though. It's finna manifest real quick now. I expect it to get very much more chaotic, and I expect a whole bunch of systems to fall very quickly now, because our system is reintegrating. So as our systems reintegrate, their systems have to collapse. It's just energy. Energy can be neither created or destroyed, only transferred. We were transferring our energy into their system, but they're a parasitic organism. So now we've shifted and eclipsed ourselves, and now we're pulling our energy back into us. And so, since we're nature's system, the natural organism of this earth, their parasitic system has to go. It's real simple. We cleansing ourselves, Tiamat cleansing herself. You've been participating in a false system. Why you think they call it a system? Don't you got a system in your body too? Don't when you join a system, you have to shift yourself and everything? You ain't tired of being a slave yet? You see, I'm sitting here. I break all of them to shit. I break just to break now. Shit, I just be breaking. I get. Let me tell you something. When you got eternal bliss, you ain't got no worries about no material possession because it's all gonna be handed to you regardless. Because of your magnetism, whatever you want to manifest is what's getting ready to happen for you right now. You got some people right now stressed out working 9 to 5 every day. That's a choice, ain't it, that you make though, to give them people your energy instead of putting your energy into yourself. You think I'm finna be on a corporation and let myself be a corpse? People be sitting on these jobs and shit all fucking stagnant. Thank you, Jenners. But for real, people be sitting at that desk. That shit causes disease. And when I mean dis-ease in your body. You all bound up and everything. Shit's supposed to flow. You understand, when you put yourself on them people shifts, you shift yourselves into sickness. All of that stress and stuff they got on there. Then they got you programmed. You got to come in at 9 o'clock. That's when your cells at the helical rising. Like, come on, you got to remember Kepra and all of that type of stuff that we taught you. We talking about your cell cycle, man. That's why the stress kill you, because you fucking yourself up. They got you eating at the wrong times of the day. You don't even need that food when they got you eating, fucking you up. Because think about it, when you eat food, what happens? You divert the blood from your brain, which is what you need to be a higher self, and then you convert it down into your stomach and your root. So what you do, you eat a breakfast right before you go into their shift. You see how you killing yourself? Then you don't dissipate the energy in nothing but stressful activities all day, sitting at that chair. Can't nothing flow in you. You got something in your body called soma. It's the energy of life. Look it up. Somatic fluids all in your body. Soma. If that fluid don't move, you die. And that's what be happening. Motherfuckers get in the corporation and get stagnant, and then people pull you, plant your ass in that seat, and then they suck all of the energy from your fucking root, and then you die. You ain't tired of being a slave yet? No, look, y'all, look. I'm trying to put y'all up on something for real. You could live or you could live. You could live or you can really live. Is you living for yourself right now? Or is you living for somebody else? You got people right now that work their whole life, never even get to see the continental U.S. because they done been pent behind somebody's desk or something. And what's so fucked up is the most lowest paying jobs is the ones that suck the most out your soul, man. Come on, peace. I be trying to put people up on something, bruh. This the time, man, noontime, you don't need to be eating, you need to be meditating. You need to be talking, ciphering, doing something that's going to activate your nervous system and your neurons and stuff. So you can vibrate higher, man. You can't even think. They got you in a fog. If you get up at noon and you go and you eat that lunch, then you done diverted the blood right again. You see where I'm going? Americans so fat and overweight because you ain't never need that food. You done use that food as a comfort to deal with all of that stress from that job. when really you need to be somewhere walking to dissipate all of that negative energy them people done transferred to you and negative emotions, and you need to be meditating somewhere. Then you will feel much better. But then you might wake up and be like, fuck that job. That's what they really don't want you to say. Because when you wake up and you be like, fuck that job, when you wake up and you be like, fuck that job, then your cells divert all the energy back to you, and then you heal, and they can no longer manage your corpse. And what happens to corporations that don't have workers? They go what? Out of fucking business, because they ain't got your energy no more to run. You see how you giving your energy to a rogue system? Did the great mother send you here to work for a corporation when you was in the womb attached to the great mother tree, which is the tree of life, and you was getting your instructions? Did they tell you that you was a manager for motherfucking McDonald's, motherfucking GM, all of them, fucking Pfizer? Did they tell you was any of that? Matter of fact, when you came here, what was you doing? You was getting instructions from what? Your mother. And you was doing what? Learning the earth and nature. Because that's all you was sent here to do, motherfucker. You wasn't sent here to do their work. You was sent here to work for whatever your soul sent you here to do. So why is you tired of being a slave yet? I'm still asking you. Because shit, I know I'm not. I ain't nobody's slave. I go and I contribute when I want to. And if I don't, I won't. Fuck them. Shit. They better be glad they got that motherfucking much. And they won't even be getting that much soon. So anyway, how y'all have been ascending? How you been ascending? How you been ascending? How you been doing? Nature told me the same thing, and that's why I'm sitting here right now with y'all smoking this J in my meditation corner, just chilling. Because nature said, you don't have to, I will provide. And that's what nature is doing, because I am nature, ain't I? The same energy you giving them people on them jobs, you could be giving your own business. You could become your own system. It's so many different angles out here you could take as an individual soul. You choosing to be a part of that organization. You see how you reorganizing your cells? They got all of the damn same names as the same biological functions that happen in your body. Wake up. Them people fucking y'all up. Fuck up your circadian rhythm, everything. What is circadian rhythm? That's your circuit, the rhythm of your circuit. Motherfuckers can't get to the dream state. You can't even think right about nothing but they program. They got you in meetings, all type of angles of the day when your cells got to damn be reincorporating and working for you, and they can't even do that. Got you in departments and all kind of shit. Think about it. It's a different system. Then when you go in a clothing store, what you go into when you go in a clothing store, you get ready to shop and give some of your energy to them that way. You go into a department, what? Store. Man, come on, wake up. What do stores do? How do you house your energy? You store it somewhere, right? You store it where? In your cell. So when you walk in a store, what you getting ready to do? You finna take the energy that you stored and transfer it to them and they department. You transferring it from the department, which is you, the compartments of your body, to them. through the physical form of money, because the currency is you, nigga, not that greenback or not the shit you sliding. It's when you take the physical energy and slide it. Then they put that on their scale. You know what that scale called? The motherfucking stock market, bitch. But I done stopped sliding it. And a lot of other spiritual people done stopped sliding it. That's why you see that stock market doing like this. Shh. So what they're trying to do now, they're trying to get you into crypto. It's all the way dead. It ain't attached to nothing. It's a real parasite. What is crypto attached to? Your consciousness, nigga. You go give them your consciousness now. You go give them that. You finna leave the physical form and give them your consciousness too on the AI plane. Bad shit. You could be a slave for eternity if you want to, bitch. Not me. Not these immortal cells, bitch. I'm getting up out of this bitch. You go ahead. Shit, fuck them. I don't need that currency, bitch. I'm the current. You don't need them. Shit. You get out here in nature, you'll be just fine. You'll build some of the most biggest, beautiful glyphs and monuments ever known to man if they could just get the fuck out our way. Shit. Don't need them for shit. Don't need them for nothing. Don't need none of their equipment, none of their inorganic tools. Don't need none of that shit. Promise you don't need none of it. Shit, our people didn't have none of that shit. We built all of this shit off of magnetism and thought, bitch. Please. All 5 of us in a motherfucking circle with a big ass crystal in the middle will lift this whole plane if it wanted to. The right 5, bitch. The right 5. The right 5, motherfucker. The right 5. And then you just do multiples of that. You add multiples of that in the circle, for real talk. It'll create a big ass vortex. It'll lift any fucking thing. With our magnetism, bitch. Not with a physical tool. This is not a game. How you think all of the pyramids and shit got built? The motherfuckers alive. They know what it was, for real. I just told you. What they thought? They could hide a book in a library? They can't hide nothing from us, y'all. We got records of Akash, bitch. We wrote the books. How the fuck you gonna hide the book from somebody who wrote it? Now you asking yourself, oh, Nefertiti, how the hell you wrote the book? Motherfucker, don't you got the genetic codes? Don't you got something called epigenetic inheritance? Go ask them niggas at Harvard what epigenetic inheritance really is. They over there studying it, trying to figure out what's going on with our DEA. But they had to go ahead and at least get up off of a little bit and release to you guys that epigenetic inheritance you also inherit through genes emotions. What is emotions housed in? Hormones, right? Hormones, Horus. Hormones is how the soul communicates with the body. When your hormones align with your chakra organs, that's when you unlock Horus. So they telling you right there, if you could get emotions through epigenetic inheritance, then you can inherit intelligence. That means the intelligence from whomever was in your bloodline. Because you got all the motherfucking codes. So what they did, you did, because it was you. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's the whole principle too. When you call on your ancestors, you really calling on yourself because you the altar. So if you've been calling on Oshun and them, those is archetypes for genetic codes that's in you from the ancestor who we archetyped as Oshun. Wake up. You just worshiping your own genetic codes. They worshiped our genetic codes because that's the code that we use to create that specific bloodline. Just one of the codes. We got all of the codes. You need all of the codes to be immortal. They only have a carbon copy of some of them. I'm carbon. They a carbon copy. Hold on. For the people in the back, it's people in the back. Like, what the fuck? Look, I'm carbon. They're a copy. Ah, Shay, like that shit up in Germany. I know that's right. We all own it. We all own it. We all own it. Because it is what it is. We all align. The great mother done told us what it was. That's why we sit here looking at them like y'all some fools. Because we already know what it is. You can't put us in fear, nigga, because we already know your move before you even make it. They look real dumb. That's right. Flame on. Flame on, y'all. Shit. Real talk, though. Like, these people real fucking goofy out here right now. You understand? They want somebody to be afraid of theyself. What the fuck wrong with these people? They want to put you in fear of everything. You understand? Because they over and understand if you in fear, you can't even have higher thought to even know what's really taking place. Earth game can be tiring, but you have to create your own game now. You understand? Like, you have to understand that everything that you manifest to you, your thoughts, is what you're going to get. It's all in you. You creating your own reality right now. The only opponent to you is yourself. Anything that you dealing with because you choosing to be a part of that situation. Remove yourself from the situation and then your situation will improve. I guarantee you. What you hanging on to? Some material? Leave it. Your situation will improve. A person? Leave them. You're hanging on? I bet you your situation will improve. It's you. Kids. Everything that's outside of you, you can let go at any time, motherfucker. You the one putting the soul tie on yourself. You the one putting the soul tie on yourself. You tied your soul to that. You bound yourself to that. You could cut the cord at any time. It's a choice. You can't look to nobody and be like, oh, why? It's you. I had to understand that for myself. Like, you stay stuck in situations and then you wonder why situations keep on repeating on you because you keep on putting yourself in the same situation. You want to play the same game because it's comfortable sometimes. You understand? You become a creature of habit. But what is habit? Habit is the same as habitat, right? What is a habitat? An environment that what you created out of habit. So what do you need to do in order to change your situation? Break your habitat, break your environment. Get to breaking every fucking thing around you. See how free you get all of a fucking sudden. See how much of your energy come back. People so afraid of being alone. Shit, that's the best move I ever made in my life, was pulling my energy back to myself. Fuck you. Shit. It's too many vampires apparent right now. Yo, ain't gonna be pulling on my magnetism, bitch. Suck on your paw. Suck on your ma. Shit, they the motherfuckers that had you. Ain't got shit to do with me. Look, y'all. See. Calm down. For real though, like, you can't be letting these people tug on you and pull on you. They gonna pull you all the way down to the to nothingness, bruh. We out here trying to get our immortality. We ain't got no time to be in no false systems or creating nobody else's reality for them. Yo, hey, you got a problem right now. You need to resolve it with yourself, bruh. Because I'm over here ascending and it ain't got nothing to do with me. You see how easy that is to roll off your tongue? You know, empathic people, we need to get that in us. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Man, just let that roll off your tongue real quick. See how good it feel. It feel good as fuck. And then fight that thing and you like, oh, that's not right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It was the program that told you that it wasn't right. But from the very beginning as a child, when shit ain't have nothing to do with you, you weren't participating in it. Your parents the ones that taught you that you supposed to. Some shit ain't got shit to do with me, bruh. Keep it. You understand? I shut a motherfucker down. Don't even tell me, bro. Hey, I don't even want to know. Shit. It gets too real. Like, let me tell you something that's too real. Sometimes you make a choice as an empath and you try to give people advice. People that you care about, you understand what I'm saying? Not everybody, just, some people. And they don't take that advice and they always keep on getting slapped the fuck down. And then they expect you to come to the rescue or for you to keep on hearing their story and you to keep on giving you their energy and stuff. For you know anything, you pulled down with them. Let me tell you something. Empathic soul. You a victim of the energy vampire. You need to cut ties right now, bruh, and pull your energy back in. That's right, energy leeches. That's right, the light worker, energy leeches. You need to pull your energy right back in and learn how to say that ain't got nothing to do with me. Watch how many people that you thought was your real friends when you start being like, that ain't got nothing to do with me, and then start talking about all the good stuff that's happening to you. Watch how they don't want to have that conversation. That's how you know that motherfucker ain't what never for you. That was just somebody that was pulling on you. A motherfucker that don't never want to hear about your ascension and the good shit that's happening with you and your family and how stuff working out good for you. Motherfucker just wants you to be down there in the wallet with, oh, it's happening to me too. Soon as you change, soon as this awakening start hitting you, bruh, you gonna start seeing the shit different. You gonna start feeling different. Motherfucker might start losing weight like I lost all that goddamn weight. Motherfucker didn't know what the fuck. All kind of good miraculous stuff start happening for you. Then you ain't got that story no more. You radiating light, your magnetism up, your hair glowing, your skin glowing, shit. The motherfucking sun shining right on you when you walk out the blood clot door. That shit's for real as hell. The sun shine on me now when I walk out the door. It's for real. The shit just, whoa, motherfucker. When you get that, that's when you gonna see who the real people was for you and who wasn't. And I guarantee you, everybody that was around you wasn't, because a motherfucker love misery, love company. But when you ain't miserable no more, them motherfuckers can't feed off of you no more. And then you go to showing them everything that they not because you better than them. It's because you become a mirror. You showing them they self. A bitch ain't got no excuse but to look in the mirror every time they look at you. What's the difference between me and you? Nothing. I'm your reflection. So why ain't you here? Because you made that choice. You see how that mirror hit their ass? Then they upset. Then they mad at your reflection because they can't take their own. You see how that shit reverse on them? You become like a prism. You become a prism. You no more locked in a prison. You become the prism. You see what I'm saying? You start to radiate. You start to refract, like you start to reflect your true nature. You understand what I'm saying? What you really are. The beautiful being that you is. That's kind of like the ugly duckling that turned into the swan, that story. You got to think about the swan. That's my aunt's wings. You understand what I'm saying? You got to think about the butterfly. It goes into the cocoon. It's in the dark. You understand? Then it metamorphoses and you see the same wings. You understand what I'm saying? You taking flight. Your soul taking flight. And people can't take that. You a phoenix. You done rose from your ashes. They still want to be in the ashes. Let them stay down there, motherfucker. You don't see a phoenix going back down to look in the ashes that arose from a phoenix. Just go. And that's what you got to do with your phoenix right now. You got to just go, bruh. You got to get the tunnel vision, bruh. You got to get the tunnel vision. Just rise up. Everything around you don't matter. And I guarantee you, you're going to be fine. It's when you start looking outside of yourself that you go wrong. Because that's not your program. Your program is your program, and you got the most magnificent program within you. And can't nobody tell you what that is because you make that up as you go. It's the original. If you an original, then you making this up as you go. You the blueprint. So I can't tell you your blueprint. And neither can you tell me mine. I could tell you how I'm walking. You could say, hey, that's similar to my walk, but I guarantee you it's going to be differences. And that's the magnificence of this whole program. And that's why the Great Mother created it like this. Because we couldn't flow and grow unless we saw this from all different manipulated angles of light. One big ass crystal. And that's what we are when we ascend up there. One big ass crystal. Just different angles radiating light. And it's a beautiful harmonic, man. It's so beautiful. And that's what we are. And down here, we just in physical form. But we the same thing. We got the same harmonic. We got the same type of frequencies. You just have to tap back into it. But you can't do that if you call innate system. You got to come back to your system. That's your immortality. And I think that was the whole point now of me coming on this discussion during my break. So heal your cells, heal yourself. Go within. Do the work. It's going to be worth your time. Don't you think it's time for you to start spending time and loving with yourself? Tap into yourself. You know, some of us never had parents to show us that. Some of us never had guidance. You understand? It's real. You understand what I'm saying? But you understand you chose that path, man. You already had the inner guidance. You don't need nobody. You can nurture yourself. You can nurture yourselves. You can love on yourself. If you have a void, it's meant for you to fill that void. Nobody can fill that void because you is the void. Do you understand? It's like the void is a piece of you that you ain't accepted yet. The void is the shadow that you got to reincorporate into yourself and realize it is you. You trying to go outside of yourself for something to fill that void. The void is never going to be filled because you is that void. You got to pull it in, bruh. and deal with it. That's real shadow fucking work. It's getting in contact with your void, your shadow selves, the other forms of you, the other beings of light that's you, your other forms of magnetism, all come together to make your prism and a unique blueprint. What's the blueprint of our physical reality? DNA and DEA. But what's the blueprint of the soul? It ain't one. You creating it every day as you go because you are the imprint. Nobody can tell you that. And that's what I be trying to get through to people that always be coming on here, looking outside. You trying to fill a void that ain't nobody gonna be able to fill but you. So stop. That void is your shadow. Do you understand that? You got to deal with it yourself. You know, when you go to root workers, you know, the real spiritual ones like me, I could look at a soul, I could see where you broken. And when I do that, give advice. I give advice to people. But over and understand, it's not the advice. It's not the bayberry. It's not the cow tongue. It's not the cinnamon. It's not the salt. It's not the nails. It's not the graveyard dirt. It's not the jar. It's not the honey. It's not none of that. I'm trying to help you to see it. It's when you take it and you use it. You put your energy into it. Put your energy into it. You putting your thoughts into it. You manifesting over it. And then you alter your mind and you know it's going to work. You associating that with something outside of you. But if that's what it takes to get you there, that's fine. But in your mind, you have overcame that. And that's why it worked. That's why you could go to some root workers. They could give you a good ass spell, do whatever, and it don't work because the person's mind, it's all good grief. It's all here. You got to shift your own magnetism. That's the magic. I could give you the blueprint, but you still got to put your imprint into it for it to work. Hello. Now, don't get me wrong. Some things is powerful when they spill, like my blood or something like that, but that's something totally different. We talking about physical magic. I'm talking about magnetic magic. Like it interchanges. Like that's a conversation for another day. Because some of us do have more magnets than others. So, and that is in the blood. And that's bloodline. It's got to do with your heme groups and your red blood cells. Straight up. Because you got to think heme is a metal. You need magnets for magnetism. And I'll just leave it at that. But your blood form all kind of structures. It forms four, well, it really forms five structures, but the quaternary structures and above that is the ones that really fucking matter. Because that's what really fucks with the spin of how your fucking shit can rotate. And the magnets do what? Create magnetism. So it turns you more magnetic. That's your aura. You understand what I'm saying? And that does affect people and things around you, especially when you can learn to control it. That does make you telepathic because you can tune into a frequency that other people can't tune into because of the way those cells and stuff are vibrating. Like it's the truth. It's real. It's real. It's the best way I could explain. But that's something else though. That's a topic for another day, maybe. But that ain't the topic for today. The topic for today really is going within yourself and filling your own void. Because nothing outside of you ain't going to be able to fill it, man. Going and getting 1,000 root works done ain't going to be able to do it. Don't get me wrong. You understand, we got some powerful workers that'll strike a bitch down. But understand, like the real, like deal heavy stuff that's with you. Like, don't get me wrong. You can hit a bitch. You understand? But don't get me wrong. That stuff going to come back on you too. Like sometimes it ain't no, man. I don't even want to get into that. But what I'm just trying to say is you need to go within to fill your own void. It's always going to be you. It ain't never going to be nothing outside of you that's going to help you feel that. You're going to keep on looking and searching and searching and searching. The search is to just draw you back to yourself. But when you get lonely or when you can't figure it out, instead of letting yourself not figure it out and come to the answer, you want the instant gratification. That's the root. That's the program. It's got plenty stuff out here for you to dull your senses. So you can't get in sense with yourself or in tune with yourself. You got to ask yourself, why do you feel alone? Because that's when you got the most energy. You're not giving your energy to anybody else, but they done made you associate that energy of taking within and self-healing as bad. You got to break that program. When you feel lonely, you at your most powerful. That's when you're supposed to be sitting down and really getting in the tune, because that's when your cells done start healing themselves. That's when your energy all done came back to yourself and you in the nothingness. Just like a seed in the dark, your soul in the nothingness now. Now the energy starting to come back. You feel alone. That's the awakening. You feel alone. You alone. You alone. You is alone at that point, because you can become a loan to somebody else because you got all your energy. Do you see what I'm saying? You see how they got the root work on you? You are alone. You alone. You calling yourself alone, and then what you go out here do? You loan your energy to somebody else. No, you ain't alone at that point. You at your most powerful at that point. Just stop. You at the right point. Go sit your ass down. Go meditate. Go do something real creative. Just go out in nature. Man, it's all kind of stuff you could do. Go sing, go dance with yourself, not with nobody else. When you get that feeling, and watch as you do that, how the energy begins to change, and you gonna start to look at shit way fucking different. If you just realize that lonely energy is when your cells is at their highest point of trying to repair, and your body is starting a cycle of repair, and your cells is starting a new cycle. That's why we be like, you starting a new cycle. Your cycle of friends change. Your cells is changing. You are healing. Let yourself be healed. It's real fucking simple. But people pull themselves right back into the same cycle, because soon as you get lonely, you become alone, and then you go and you do the loan, and then, fuck yourselves up. They right back in the stressful environment, became right a part of the organism of the parasitic system that you was participating in with whomever or whatever that was. That could be job, love, kids. I don't give a fuck. Could be your car. Whatever you hanging. See how simple that is, tribe? Jenners, you on here cutting up talking about you balling at 48. I don't even know what age I am. I don't even got an age. I just got cycles. So right now, I'm in cycle of what they calling this, the Aquarius? They calling this the Aquarius, right? I don't think that's what we called this though, but we just for time's sake, okay. That's how they mapping us now. Cause we too like infinity, nigga. Do you know how old we is? Like, you know, when somebody asks me that now, I'm like, how can you map it, bruh? Your energy existed before the numeric system. Beyond that, man, this is just like, okay, so if you can imagine, man, this just like one small minutia part of a program that's like, if just imagine if the great mother was a cell phone. And you know how like on a cell phone, you could choose an app and you could go into that app and you could use it. That's what we in right now, motherfucking app. We just using this bitch. But when your soul get done, you gonna come out the app and then you gonna choose another one until you do all the apps. And then once you done with all the apps, you just turn back into the cell phone. That's the best way I could explain it. See, that might be simpler for some people. That's what I'm saying. Like, so if you was in an app, you wouldn't map the time in that app by the time in another. You understand what I'm saying? You couldn't do that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, how many apps have you opened in your existence? But you mapping yourself by the principles that's in this little one, when you really got to go off of the principles that's in the whole phone. Oh, shit. Woo. We in the minutia, but remember, we mighty. Their existence is this small, man, fracture of what would be called time to them. And they is mapping their time by when we incarnate here into a physical body. Do you know how long of existence you was incarnate as a just energy? When it manifests from the all, when we first got active? If I'm sitting here telling you this is just one app, can you imagine all of the realities that there is possibility to? You can only touch maybe a fracture of that because you still in this app. You still in this app. But every now and then you can integrate it. You know how like, see this, I know this because we created the cosmic system. So that's why I could break it down to you like this. You know how like Instagram will link to Facebook? It'll link to Facebook, and then the stories you play on Facebook, you can see them on Instagram and vice versa. That's how sometimes if you really spiritually ascend in this physical vessel, when you start dreaming, that's when you make the connection to some of the other apps. But think about this. How many apps can you download in a cell phone? Ain't it endless? Don't people just create apps out of nowhere? That's how we is, motherfucker. We just create these bitches. I don't know how many of these motherfuckers I done created. Motherfucker, damn. Shit, that's just like asking somebody, I don't know. That's like asking the number of hairs on your head. Who can count them, bitch? It's always a new hair coming up. That's why I can't bind myself no more. I'm like, yo, time, I can't. I don't even know. It's hard because I'm connected to some other apps. And them apps ain't got, I don't, time, it don't exist, bruh. I'm just now, motherfucker. I'm now. Shit. I'm now. Real talk. Because it's for them, I'm now. My cells is on my clock. Because according to them, in Germany, it's a different time. We got some people on here. We got people on here all around the world. According to them, my cells on all different type of times right now, depending on the time zone. Fuck them. We all on the same time right now. We now. Our cells is in rotation right now. We all connected right now. So it's now. Is it not? No matter where you at right now. Ain't your cells here now? Now, if you over in Texas, you gonna say it's what? I don't know what time it is, but you gonna say you an hour ahead of me. No, you not. Because ain't our cells here right now? Maybe that's too much. But that's why a clock's circular. Because of the quadrants of your cells. Just, we gonna leave it there. That's why a clock is circular. That's why a cell is circular. Just hear me now. Each one of them time is associated with a quadrant of your cells and something that's going on in one of them quadrants. So each hour of the day, and you got 2 cycles. In each hour of the day, you putting yourself on. You understand when your cell's supposed to be doing some type of work. You could be doing something else that throw off your circadian rhythm, your biological clock. You know how they tell you got a biological clock? It'll throw off your biological clock. And that's the clock that's linked to your immortality. And that's the clock that's linked to your telomeres. And that's the clock that's linked to them SNRPs, them polymorphisms that's in the DNA and stuff, and your telomeres, your telomeres and your aging. And that's what's linked to free radicals and stuff that go through your body. All of them free radicals, oxygen and reoxidative substances that just tear up your cells. Like I said, I could go all the way deep on it. I dare a scholar to come on here and try me, bitch. But I don't be wanting to go that deep. But I'm just telling you some surface. I'm trying to stay real surface. Heal yourself, bruh. But just recognize the spell work in the words that they saying. Just start looking up some of the root words for this stuff. You could do that little bit of research yourself. You don't even need nobody for that. It'll take you somewhere, yo. You'll go somewhere just studying how they form their words. Enunciations and pronunciations. And going back and seeing what you really saying is deep. The etymology. That's because it's within. It's into. You understand? It's intimate. You know how you say like E-N-E-N-I-N, E-N, enter. Like them 2 words exchange, they mean the same fucking thing. You got to look into it because etymology telling you what that word doing you intimately on the internal. Because you using your diaphragm when you speak. And your tongue is clicking your teeth, the roof of your mouth, your nasal cavity, and right here. And then you got nerves that's right there. Now do you understand intimately what you're doing? Sometimes some words can rattle this, and sometimes some words could put that to sleep. Why we used to click. I'll leave y'all with that for today. All right. Y'all know I don't be on here long, so I'm getting ready to go. But I'm wishing y'all peace, power, and protection today. Stay dangerous, guys. Stay dangerous. Stay vigilant. And follow your cells, which is yourself. Ashe. Peace, power, protection.